Everyone's talking about how great Longmont, Colorado is, but is it really the paradise everyone claims? Stay tuned as we dive into the 5 reasons you might want to think twice before moving to Longmont, Colorado. First up, let's talk about the big one, and that is the cost of living. The cost of living in Longmont is significantly higher than the national average, which makes sense because there's nothing average about northern Colorado. But according to the recent data, the cost of living index in Longmont is around 120, with the national average being 100. This means that if you can do some simple math, Longmont is about 20% more expensive than the average US city. One of the major contributors to that is housing costs, and they have skyrocketed in recent years due to the high demand of the area. The median price for a 3-bedroom home right here in Longmont is about $584,990 compared to the national median average of about $350,000. Renters also face higher costs, with the average monthly rent on a 2-bedroom apartment hovering right around $1,800 a month, which is significantly higher than the national average of $1,200. Everyday expenses are going to be just noticeably higher. We're talking about groceries right here in Longmont are going to cost you about 10% more than the national average, and the healthcare costs are also going to be about 5% higher. Now, utility bills, including electric, heating, cooling, water, garbage, all of the stuff that you need is coming in right about $200 a month. Now, this is higher than what you might pay in other parts of the country, but if you ask me, it is worth every single penny to be here and call this beautiful place home. If the high cost of living here in Longmont or Boulder is a concern, don't worry, because there are several other towns within about a 10 to 15 minute drive that are gonna offer you way more affordable housing options. These areas are gonna include Meade, Johnstown, Firestone, Frederick, Dacono, and Greeley. Now, I've covered these towns and these areas in detail in my other videos on my channel, so be sure to check them out. What's up, beautiful people? My name is Noah, and I am your Northern Colorado real estate guy. And today, I'm bringing you a different perspective on the beautiful town of Longmont, and it's one that's often overlooked. If you are considering making a move anywhere in Northern Colorado, this is a must-watch video. If you have any questions about Northern Colorado, the towns, the culture, or anything else, you can shoot me a call or text at 720-741-7474. I am the only one that answers the phone calls and text messages from people just like you looking to relocate to the beautiful state of Colorado. Next, let's jump in and talk about job opportunities. Now, Longmont isn't exactly known as a bustling economic hub. While there are plenty of job opportunities in sectors like technology and healthcare, the overall job market is relatively limited when you compare it to larger cities like Denver. According to recent labor market data, Longmont's unemployment rate is slightly higher than the national average, but job growth has been steady right here in the local area. The technology sector, bolstered by companies like Seagate and some similar startups, does provide high-paying jobs. However, these opportunities are highly competitive. So if you're considering relocating, you better make sure that your resume is built out correctly. Similarly, the healthcare sector with institutions like Longmont United Hospital and UC Health offer great employment opportunities. There are also great opportunities with the St. Vrain Valley School District, which is one of the major employers right here in Longmont that serves a diverse student population across various communities. Now, the good news about this is that most of the people I've helped relocate report earning more right here in Colorado than they did before moving. Longmont has been growing steadily, and with growth comes new businesses, restaurants, and entertainment, which brings more employment opportunities right here to this small town. Now let's hop in and talk about reason number 3. This area might not be for you. I hear a lot of people complaining about the next issue, which is the traffic. But if it were left up to my opinion, this would not make the list, as no matter how busy the city streets are, I can still get anywhere in town in about 15 to 20 minutes. Diagonal, corner to corner. It is not going to take you, on the worst day, more than 20 minutes. Now, Longmont has seen a significant increase in population over the past few years, and the infrastructure to handle the growth is let's say slightly lagging. Traffic on major roads such as Highway 287 or 119 has intensified, causing longer commute times, especially during peak hours. Now, if you're planning to commute to a nearby city like Boulder or Denver for work, be prepared for slowdowns due to construction and, of course, people who don't know how to drive. Now, I personally drive all over northern Colorado, and the traffic has absolutely never bothered me. In fact, commuting right here in Colorado is beautiful, as you have the beautiful backdrop of the Rocky Mountains to stare at. Now let's talk about the fourth issue and the reasons why you may not want to move to Longmont, and that is going to be the ongoing construction. Now, the construction is another significant issue in Longmont, and you can even expand that out to northern Colorado, is because it is going to be ongoing no matter what year you are looking at moving here, because we are constantly updating the infrastructure, the roads, the cities, and there are an influx of people looking to relocate here. Now, because of all this, northern Colorado is experiencing a construction boom with new housing developments, commercial buildings, and road projects consistently underway. Now, while this growth is a sign of positive progress and motion, it also means living with noise, road closures, and frequent detours. Now, the demand for housing in Longmont has led to numerous residential construction projects. New housing developments are popping up literally all across the city to accommodate new residents just like you. Now, while this does provide more housing options, it also results in construction noise, dust, and large construction vehicles cruising around the city and neighborhoods. In addition to the residential growth in Longmont, Longmont is seeing a surge in commercial construction as well. We're talking about new office buildings, retail spaces, restaurants that are being built to support the growing population. Now, these developments promise to bring more amenities and job opportunities to the area, but it is slightly disruptive to everybody that's living anywhere close to any of these projects. Now, to support the increased traffic from both new residents and commercial activity, Longmont is investing heavily in road infrastructure projects. This includes widening existing roads, building new intersections, and improving public transportation. While these projects are essential for long-term growth and traffic alleviation, they often lead to short-term inconveniences. And if road closures, detours, and construction delays are a deal breaker for you, Longmont may not be a good fit. Lastly, which is number 5, let's talk about nightlife right here in Longmont. Now, if you enjoy a vibrant nightlife scene with plenty of options for entertainment after dark, Longmont might feel somewhat lacking. Now, the city has several bars, restaurants, and live music venues, but the variety and quantity are going to be limited compared to larger cities like Denver or Fort Collins. Now, Longmont does have some popular spots, such as Bootstrap Brewing Company, Left Hand Brewing Company, and one of my favorites, Copper Sky Distillery, as well as Main Street packed with coffee shops and restaurants. But for those who thrive in a bustling nightlife scene with numerous choices for dining, dancing, and late night activities, Longmont's offerings might not be sufficient. Now, Longmont does host live music events and community activities, which are often on a little bit of a smaller scale. The larger, more frequent concerts, festivals, and cultural events that one might find in a larger city like Denver are not as common. But because of Longmont's location, they are easily accessible. Now, Longmont's charm certainly appeals to many people, me being one of them, but it's important to consider the potential downsides before making the move. You got the higher cost of living, the job market, so people say it's some traffic issues, you've got some construction, and lack of a nightlife. If any of these are deal breakers for you, we might want to take a look at a different town. And this is an absolutely perfect time to reach out to me and ask me all of your questions. All you have to do is take your little finger and go doot, 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 right on your phone, 720-741-7474. I'm happy to answer all of your questions, big or small. And if you want to see more of Longmont, check out this full driving tour I did right here. It is one of my most popular videos where I take you around and show you around Longmont. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next video.